This podcast is brought to you by our friends at Minerva Beauty. Check out minervabeauty.com and see their huge selection of chairs, stations, anything you could possibly want for your salon is on minervabeauty.com. Also, check out Millennium Systems International at millenniumsi.com, the best salon software in the industry, starting at $49 per month. If you're looking to better your online reputation, check out demandforce.com/free salon education. Fill out the form. Somebody will reach out to you, show you how to better communicate with your guests and how you can build lots and lots of great reviews online for your salon business. Attention, the views expressed on the
Splitting Hairs, the Hairdressers Podcast starts now. Featuring Matt Beck, Christina Cavalcanti, Brian Hare, Drea Boland, Thaddeus Boland, and Justin Scott.
Hey guys, with I got timing. Do that. But thank you for checking in, and you can post your questions live, and we can answer them as we go. What else we got going on? We have feedback from last week. We have IBS show coming up this weekend that we're all going to be at. I know,
Never
it's still
get over that.
Still funny to say IBS. And
Super
then
excited we got IBS this weekend. Yeah.
and then a couple weeks from now, we're going to be in. Me and Thad are going to be in Chicago for ABS, which is a much easier thing to say. And
You guys got abs?
we got abs. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. I mean, we have like a lot going on, really.
We're kind of busy right now.
Yeah, so thank you to, again, everyone that watches this show. Please, if you could, what we want to do, we really want to grow this thing. So share it on your Facebook pages. Tag us, hashtag Free Salon Education. Share when you're watching on Instagram. We'd love to see it. And that's pretty much it. So we have, if you guys, we're going to be calling somebody live to spin the freewheel, which is over there. Justin, do you mind grabbing the freewheel on your way over? That we'll just
out perfectly.
Yeah, we'll just pretend like that's what you were doing this whole time.
We wanted the wheel to have an intro.
Yeah. And so I want to say thank you to Millennium Systems International for being a fantastic sponsor of the podcast and just, a great salon software in general. Demandforce.com/free salon education still demand so much. And I love having that as part of our business. It communicates with the guest. And a cool thing that they're going to be doing now is they're going to have a book your appointment from Yelp coming up. Wow. And they also just launched voice phone calls. So you don't even have to do confirmation calls. What's up?
Everyone's having problems. No one can see anything. They say it keeps starting over with the intro, and I can't get the show to load either.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
Everything seems good?
Yeah, I think we're good now.
All right. Well, sorry about that, guys. So we have...
the weather. Blame the weather.
Yeah. So did you hear what I said?
No.
Okay, great. So Demand Force just launched... they're launching booking your appointment through Yelp. So if your customers are on Yelp looking for your business, they can request an appointment right from there, and it'll go straight to your Demand Force dashboard and everything.
Cool.
And then they also have now voice calling confirmations. So they actually call as a voice recording to their phone. So not only do they do the text messaging and all of that, they also...
Do they do a recording or do we?
They do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, do we find someone with like a cool British accent?
Yeah, exactly.
That's your radio guy.
I wonder if we can set that, whatever, hand at ABS. So a chance to come would be great. For all this furniture that we have, the state stools, the some companies. So Bricado, we've been playing with some of the products still. This is Super Silk. This is my goal this week, is to do this somehow on someone. It's a straightening treatment. There's a express treatment that'll make your blowout last 10 days or more. And then there's a
more intense treatment that lasts 3 to 6 months. So, and it straightens your hair. So it's really cool. There's no formaldehyde. I'm still learning about it, but Super Silk is it's going to be a pretty awesome addition to what we're doing in the salon.
And with the Super Silk, since you just said it lasts 3 to 6 months, does it doesn't grow out with the new growth? It just comes out of the hair. It's not as damaging because it has no formaldehyde.
Yeah, I think that's the case, and that's why I'm still studying up on it. But it doesn't last, and it's not permanent.
Because that's the issue I used to see a lot with like straightening treatments. Is people would come in, they would think the misconception of I'm going to get a straightening treatment, my hair's going to be pinned straight when it's not.
Right.
And they still have that new growth after a few weeks, like you would with color or perm. And it's tough to explain that to people, whereas you can sell this so much easier as something that's a lot safer for your hair. It's not going to be permanent. You're going to be able to come back. And most of these usually work also, they condition the hair when they do it too.
That's a good point there, Justin. I like it. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you made
right
it.
at the right point in time.
Is everybody still having problems?
Yeah.
I wonder what the deal is.
I'm on the live cube, just to clarify.
What'd you say?
I said I'm on the live cube.
Well, that's not... Yeah, you're good. I mean, everything's good. I just don't know why YouTube's doing that. But we'll take a look at it. Thad, don't worry about that. It's fine. You can't really hear it. So what's going to happen is this is going to process afterwards, and then we're just going to look confused the whole time, but it's probably going to work.
It's going to be fine, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Everyone says just keep stopping. I'm just going to say just reload it.
Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, this is part of the live stuff, so hopefully this show is not a wash. But you know what happens? It's the curse of Nina Kovner. And we have Nina on the end of the show today doing an interview that we did in ISSE. And I actually say to her on the interview, there's no way that this could go wrong now because we're pre-recording everything. You're live here, so nothing can go wrong. And now look what's happening. So that's the deal. I apologize if we're having technical difficulties on that. So, IBS. Let's talk about that real quick. We're all going to be there.
Yeah, we are.
So you guys are going to be there all Monday. You're also going to be at the Hairbrained Video Awards, so that should be really fun. So those of you that get a chance to go to the Hairbrained Video Awards, it would be really cool to see you guys all there.
Heck yeah. Take some pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you can watch me not win.
There you go.
Right.
Why you gotta be talking like that?
I don't know. I just have a feeling. But we have so Hairbrained Video Awards is Sunday night. It's sold out. So if you don't have tickets, just
Womp womp.
yeah, you
Find a scalper.
Yeah, find a scalper out front, and then
Thad.
IBS will be Sunday and Monday. I'm really excited for that, and my parents are coming up, so it's going to be a really cool week and a lot going on. So at IBS, I'm emceeing main stage, so I'll be up there both days doing that, and you guys Monday will be running around filming all kinds of fun stuff.
Doing stuff.
Can't wait.
Yeah, so causing trouble, I think, will be the thing.
Thad, no sleeves on Monday.
No sleeves. Jeez. So we'll be there. And if you guys are there, we'd love to see you and love to say hi and all of that stuff. So, anything else you guys want to say about IBS?
No.
Nope.
Just excited about it.
Excited?
I think I got my outfits planned out.
Okay.
Solid.
All right. Sweet. I think that's the number one thing in a hairdresser's mind, which we talked about last week. It's like
What
you don't have
version
to
of
get all
black am I
dressed up,
wearing?
and now all of a sudden you're so worried about your
Hey, I got this.
your outfit. So so that's that. Let's move into feedback from last week, and then we'll talk about everything else.
Okay. Hold on, now I got to get my computer to start working. Just to hit on some of the stuff that we had last week in the show, was when we had our fun little Spanish lesson. So of course we got some comments on that. William Everett asked, so is Splitting Hair is going to start teaching Spanish? LOL.
Don't think so.
No, I think we'd have to learn it better first.
Yeah, that would be the worst. I only know how to say, "Can I go to the bathroom?"
Is William
That's good.
volunteering?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But now we do know, there is in fact a K in Spanish. Of course, Christina's not here for that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, she saw all the comments. I was feeding them to her as they were coming in.
Oh, okay,
so.
good. Courtney K says, thanks for the thorough advice / answer on IBS. It's appreciated. I'm looking forward to checking out the classes.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. We got a lot of great comments on people enjoying Andrew's interview, which was awesome. And all right, yeah, so that's there. I just kind of like smashed together feedback and questions all together, just sort of
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just picking at social media right now.
Yeah.
One of the things that I got that I really liked, that I know if we've gone over it, it's been a long time, so we could chat about it again. On our page, we've got Jimmy Scalise, I'm going to say.
Okay.
It says, I'm just curious, when other hairdressers that had a price increase and clients complain about it, how do you handle it? Which I think is it's a good conversation to have, because I know like the structure system that you have here and it works, but not every place is like that at all.
Right.
I remember at a salon I worked at, we just had the discussion of moving from one set haircut price for the entire salon to moving to a level system. And I'm not kidding, like 95% of the stylists who would be making more money freaked out and said they didn't want to do it.
Yeah, it's a big, I mean, I just taught a business class in New York over the weekend, and they were talking about price increasing, and that was a big discussion there. But people can't really get so freaked out about it, because it's one of those things where if you look at it, let's say you don't want to do it too early. I mean, you're only going to price increase if you are almost 100% booked, at least 90% booked. You have, you're turning people away, and that's really what it's all about. You know, I told them that we used to think of the level system as something like a reputation, or it was the whole thing with Robert Cromeans would say reputation, experience, and demand. Well, my big thing is I think it's all focused on the demand. I mean, obviously, if you have the demand, there's a reason for that. So if you have the demand and you're 90% booked and your customers can't get in, and the ones that would pay more money to get into you, but they can't get into you because all these other people that are at this certain price are already booked up, you raise your prices, and that opens up the book to those people that have been begging to get in and will pay anything and make more money. And you're going to lose some people, but the reason you're raising your prices is because you have people waiting. So you're losing people, but you're filling them in with the people waiting. If you don't have people waiting, don't raise your prices.
Right.
Because you haven't proved that you're worth what you have already. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's the big thing.
People know better in this day and age. You're not just amazing because you charge $100 for a haircut.
Right.
Like it takes more than that. With all of the social media and the Yelps and stuff like that, people know how to find out if you're worth your salt or not.
And I've said this before, but when I first moved here, I started out as like a $40 hair cutter, and right away in 3 months I was raised to $75, you know, and it took me 3 years to build a book because my prices were too much. I didn't have the experience. I didn't have the reputation in the town or whatever. So there was no demand for what I was doing. Right. So you got to take it slow. And then when you're slammed at $40 and you've got people waiting, that's when you raise it.
So that's one good point. Another one that I used to make when I was trying to sway my coworkers, I'd say, all right, look at, like, you're doing fine now in life at your $40 haircuts. Bills are paid. You're good to go. But you move ahead 6-7 years from now when the cost of everything has gone up, and the paycheck that you're getting now that you're good with, you're going to be broke in 6 years because you didn't move with the times. You didn't move with the price of everything. And I think one of the greatest ways that I heard of to go about, because the question was actually how to break this to clients. One of the greatest ways that I heard about someone going about this, our friend Nicoletta over in Jersey, she said what they started doing at her salon when somebody did get that raise and did go up a level, they would just have a little piece of paper, put it in a little frame or something, and it like put it right on the station. It would say such and such salon would like to congratulate, you know, whoever, Matt, for, you know, the promotion to Element 2 stylist. And that way the subject came up with the guests as something that should be celebrated rather than, oh, by the way, I have to charge you more now. Like, rather than approaching it with them on the defense, it was more something that they noticed was something worth being celebrated. Yeah. And that's kind of, I know that that's sort of how we've handled it in a I mean, not with pieces of paper, but just
celebration though. She's like, oh, we had your raise. And most of the time the clients are like, oh, well, congratulations. Maybe it's $2.50.
Whereas Brian past salons where you've had trouble with
Right. Everybody has an opportunity to move up in the scale. And they look at, and I was talking to the salon also on Monday, because a lot of salons have the whole senior, master, junior kind of mentality. Here, we don't really talk about it like that. It's just more of, this is my price.
Right.
It's not, has nothing to do with whether Brian's better than me or whatever. It has to do with just the demand of you. So the clients, they already know based on our menu and everything that they have put in front of their face that there are other levels.
Well, yeah, you tell them that too. No matter who it is who calls to make an appointment, and you tell them what the prices are based on. And they're told that every time they call if they're trying to maybe move to a stylist. They don't care who cuts their hair.
Yeah.
So it's so ingrained in them. It's just, okay, whatever.
Cool. Make sure when you talk, just get a little closer because it cuts you out a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
We covered all aspects of that. Thad, you got anything?
I liked everything you guys said, so
All right. Thad's we got
carry on.
Right on.
Thad's stamp of approval.
I'll just add, I concur.
There
Nice.
you go.
All right.
The one thing that I just wanted to talk about this past week that it blew up all over my Facebook, and I kept getting messages about it, and people bring it up to me. On our Free Salon Education page, we had somebody post up a picture, and it says, "Hi everyone, I'm from Iraq, and I love your videos on YouTube. Please help me how to get blonde hair without bleach. I bought this product," and it just looks like
People freaked out.
drugstore blonde hair color. And people freaked out a little bit, and I understand, and I certainly appreciate the passion. I'm not going to lie, I did that myself when I was younger. Before beauty school, I just bought blonde hair dye because I didn't know any better.
Right.
And for the most part, people were really good about, you need to see, especially, you're from Iraq, I'm guessing you have naturally very dark hair. And, they were good just saying you need to see a stylist. You need to, you can't do this at home. This is not what's for you. And, like someone asked me, Jane asked me, she's like, so, what should we say to her? And I said, honestly, we've gotten this a lot since we started doing these videos. I remember after we put the ombre video out, we'd cringe every time someone would be like, this looks so easy. My sister's a painter. I'll just have her do it.
Yeah.
Like, no, please don't.
Right.
But people don't know. If they're not hairdressers, they don't know. I mean, there's millions of dollars goes into the marketing to make it look like it's just that easy to pick up this box, no matter who you are, and put this on your hair. They don't know levels of lift. They don't know the chemistry that goes into what we do.
Yeah.
So, hopefully you guys got through to her before she turned her hair probably a really interesting orange with that color. And just, be supportive. We'll come in. Let's take care of this. Like, I understand that's good that we know exactly what you want, but you're going to need a hairdresser for this.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to realize too, if she would have taken that box and colored her hair, it would have been awful. So that's our job, is to then take that and fix it, so then people know that, we're professionals based on that. We're not professionals because we can take virgin hair and make it look nice. Like, we're professionals because we can fix the shit that you messed up,
right?
And that's really what I think the difference is. But in terms of the forum, if you guys are on the forum, we have 1,200 people. Started it a couple months ago. It's on Facebook. It's just Free Salon Education, and it's great because hairdressers are communicating like crazy on it now. It's starting to grow really fast. I'm getting 40 requests at least a day to join the forum. So I can't do background checks on everyone, but what I do is I watch who's posting, what they're posting, and if I see something that's not hair related or something like that, I delete it and I delete them.
So it's not Craigslist.
It's not Craigslist, right? So it's one of those things where whenever you start something, you have to really monitor it, and it just becomes another thing that you have to do. But I am watching it very close, and I don't want anybody to think that we're just allowing non-hairdressers on there, because you really do need to be a hairdresser. So things like this lady, she's not going to stay on there because she's not allowed. But I can't background check everyone.
Right.
So
You mean you don't have the time in the day to do that?
I don't. Well, I probably could find time, but I just don't
Who
feel
needs to
that.
sleep?
Right.
I mean, Matt,
I mean, we're putting free education on YouTube. I mean, it's just gonna happen.
Matt, what are you doing that's so important between 4 and 5 in the morning?
4 and 5 in the morning. I don't know. Thanks, Dad. All right. What else?
Sorry, I'm just watching real quick. People are chatting about pricing on, like, right now during the video, pricing issues that they have or just things going up. I
Okay.
don't know what they charge for Olaplex. Everyone seems to be pretty much in the same ballpark with Olaplex.
Okay.
So I think they got that all sorted out. There's a question here. Oh, someone did put up talking about the pricing and talking about going up with pricing. I think that's a good idea, but it probably wouldn't work for booth renters. True, because your boss isn't the one setting your prices. You are.
For price increase?
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing though.
Right, but saying what I said.
Oh yeah,
with
yeah.
like the little announcement. I think with
Right.
the booth
Be
renters,
like,
it's-
congratulations to me.
I would like to celebrate me because I made me happy.
Right.
Then I think you're definitely going to want to go more with Matt's thing. You know,
Yeah.
Don't double the prices. Wait until you're busy and then.
Yeah, just talk to them about the demand. I mean, people feel demand. At this point, like all my clients, because I'm only behind the chair a couple days a week at this point, they know. I
Right.
mean, it wouldn't be said, you know, I'm increasing my prices because of people in. Clear up some space, you know. Those people come in. I mean, and then you're making, yeah.
All right. Thing that I sang this week. Our good friend Mickey Bullock, The Universe, and Hope Book. The book is a collection of stories from myself, happenings, shenanigans, submitting a story. Please. I think it'd be
Yeah.
He
fantastic.
told me about this.
Well, he's us to give him a story. I told him
Yeah.
I totally would.
I got him.
Speaking of Mickey Bullock, because he was talking about having you come down for a cutting class,
Yes.
a barbering class. You had a barbering class on Monday,
I did.
right? Tell me about that. How'd that go?
The class is actually fantastic. Usually, I think we all know, like, when going into a class, you don't really know what to expect. You can give the same class to 10 different groups of people and have 10 different outcomes because it really depends on the type of people you're teaching.
Right.
Dad came down, hung out with me, for a little bit before the class. One of the greatest groups of people I ever worked with.
Yeah.
The
Aurelio Salon, right?
Yeah, I
is
was
where you
just
were
gonna
at.
say that.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
Nicoletta.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
the salon itself is set up so great, and then the people just fed off each other fantastic. Where I had a lot of them come up and do a lot of hands-on stuff, and then you know how like when people go back and sit down, it's usually like very clicky. Like so and so, nothing. They all just went back to whatever seat. Everybody's very comfortable working with each other, and it was just awesome to work with that. So I'd go back and teach there any day of the week.
That's awesome.
Just it felt like being here, just with a lot more people.
And we've been I redid the website, and I've had some people requesting the I'm gonna pull it up here real quick, and then Thad, you can throw it over to this in a second.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Aurelio, for having me.
We've had a lot of
Heck
people requesting classes randomly. I mean, I just got a class request in California yesterday, and I think the big misconception with the classes is that we're free salon education. So, people assume, I guess, with the name that things are free. But with us, we have to travel. We have to teach hands-on classes and demos and stuff like that where we're actually there. It's not free, but there's no better way to learn than to be hands-on and one-on-one with somebody.
Right.
So YouTube is great, and I always looked at the videos as they're free. It's kind of like you buy somebody's album, and then the concert part you pay for, So
Right.
so pretend like you have a Spotify account and you can look up our videos constantly whenever you want.
You legally pirate our music.
Right. But then when you bring us into the salon, it will cost money, but I guarantee it's worth it because, it's a hands-on experience. You have us one-on-one. You can ask questions. The salon I was just at, they paid for me to be there. Justin got paid to be where he was. It's just, it's cool. It's great to be hanging out with stylists and actually physically with them.
And the second part is they sent me a follow-up. They sent me some photos. I saw them on Facebook of like they did a hands-on class the very next day on all the men's cutting techniques I did.
Yeah.
One girl, she came up, Dad watched her hands were shaking. She's like, okay, am I done now? Like she actually used to be a student when I used to teach, and sweetest girl in the world. She's just beautiful, like faux hawk on this guy, super clean, all tight lines. And again, it was real nice just to see like that transition of like, okay, one swipe of a clipper, I'm done now.
Right.
To, like doing the entire haircut, and it, like just the look of the haircut, it looked like she was very confident in what she was doing.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that's really what it's all about. And Stat, if you want to throw up the website real quick, this is the new. Throw it up. Oh, nice. I was like, what are you gagging about? This is the new website. So the cool thing is you have the live feed up here. If you want to check out, you can see the live show from there. You can't chat with each other, though, if you're on that. So that's probably one of the challenges there. But maybe I'll link that to actually YouTube would be better. So then they get into the chat room because I love watching everybody chatting. We have the story of everything. We got the team, so you can check it out. We're going to work on the bios and stuff there. The live feed again, education videos all mapped out and showing, so you can pick any subject you want and watch them. This is all of our social media stuff, the blog, Brian and Drea write, podcast stuff. There's a forum on there, so you guys can ask questions on there and answer each other. And the cool thing about that forum is you can log in through Facebook, so it automatically builds a profile for you, and you're good. And then you have the shop with the Mizutani scissors and everything, and then our community page. So there's a lot of cool things on the website, and this just really allows you to stay connected with us, and it puts all of our videos in really easy access and organized formation.
Awesome.
That's it. All right, so what else we got going on?
That was pretty much it. I just wanted to hit Michelle Conway posted a really fantastic before and after on us this week.
Okay.
Started off as like a nice deep rusty red and ended up with this really nice steely gray that actually made me think of you.
Oh, I did see that. It was
Yeah, I saw that too. It looked great.
Really good. And I'm glad she said 5.5 hours because it always makes me happy to know that I'm not the only one that it takes all day to do something like that on. And then I think the last little thing to hit on, somebody put up just now on YouTube, do you ever deal with people haggling prices? No. Like it's not
negotiable.
like the face that I make the couple of times when people have tried to do that pretty much stops it in its tracks. Like this is not a flea market. You are not buying a car. This is what it costs to get that done. I'm sorry.
I have the picture of that before and after, Thad, if you want to throw that up from the forum. Yeah, there we go. So this is the before and after that Brian was just talking about. Looks great.
So
it's Michelle Conway.
Michelle, great job.
All right, cool.
Oh, and we did my hair this week too. Justin made me blonde again. It made me really happy.
He did.
We used new bleach. I'd never used Blondor.
I worked well for a while actually, so it was normal.
Do what?
I worked it well for a while, so blonde.
Oh no, I was saying that was my first time with it, like in my hair. I'm just shocked because
it's not purple anymore.
Not at all. Like we did it with the intention of my hair completely needing to be cut down to like an inch long, and I understood that, and I was ready for that. And then just out of curiosity, I left it, and my hair is still fantastic because we did the Blondor with 40 volume in foils twice in a day with Olaplex.
Back to back. It wasn't like in the morning. No, it was like back to back.
And I still have hair, and it feels good. Feels okay. I mean, it's the ends are a little over processed, but it is fine. Like it's no worse than it ever was before.
So you know what's crazy right now?
What's crazy right now?
I might have Christina's keys, and she has to take our son to school. So I'm going to take those to her right now. So you guys are in charge.
I have to move, bro.
Okay. Oh, good. And all the cars are in the way.
Yeah, we'll move.
You want me to just take
Brian's got this. He's good. You guys are good.
Okay.
Andrea's going to do her tresses, so you're fine. I'll be right back.
No, you won't. This is it. You're leaving the show.
No, I'll be back. All right. Yeah, good luck.
Now that my part's done.
Yeah, this is going to be, well, let's move into trending tresses.
Realize no one's getting called because I don't know how to do that.
And then why don't you talk about your favorite classes that are coming up at IBS, the ones that you're thinking about. Here, this is here. And you'll be fine.
No, it's not that I'm worried about not being fine. It's that we're not going to be able to do the rest of the stuff. I don't know how to call a person for that.
I'll be right back.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will. I'm just going to drop the keys. Don't argue with me right now.
We're ending the show before you get back, just so you know.
Okay, all right. All right, go for it.
Matt's gonna be watching live from his phone.
Yeah, right. He's gonna be watching it and texting us.
Will K commented on Love Blondor. Their new Free Lights balayage lightener is fantastic. That's the one I was talking about right before the show started.
And the phone's ringing. We just got mayhem up in this piece.
I actually found
Anarchy.
a new color that I want to try on your hair, Brian.
All right, what's that?
It's from Wella. It's their new. It's part of their Color Touch line, and they have a muted violet.
All right, I'm down. I'm starting to wonder though.
It's in my car.
All right, well then we'll try it today. I'm starting to wonder if there's just something about violet that I don't know if it's my hair that it doesn't work on, or if it just doesn't work on anybody. Because I did the violet a few months ago with the new Shines XG, and I like the color. And same thing, it was out in like 2 days. The reason my hair got so purple, I know a couple people had said something about wanting to see it be purple today. And it was, all right, so we were messing with the Bricado and they have the intensifiers. So I just mixed up like level 9, level 10, and then used some violet intensifier. And the violet intensifier, it was funny, Thad and Justin were like standing behind me in the shampoo sink, and I'm just like, at this point I'm done. I hate getting my hair done. I hate that it was taking forever. So I tell him, I'm like, all right, well, if it looks a little purple, then we'll just rinse it out. Like that's fine. I don't know what's going on here.
What just
so
happened?
we rinse. Oh, did you send Justin with keys?
He said he would go.
That's funny. We don't need, I mean, you can leave.
I swear this
got
this is my life. I can't figure. I got too many things going on in my brain.
We figured that we don't need you.
Oh, all right. I'll just be quiet.
You take a vacation.
I'll just read my magazine here.
No, so we used the intensifier, the violet intensifier. Thad and Justin are laughing, talking, put it in my hair. It looked immediately like dark purple.
Mm-hmm.
So we rinsed it out, and then I was stuck with that cool purple hair. It was neat. I enjoyed it, but it's already gone.
I'm wondering if you'd let it process a little bit longer, or if it would have lasted a little bit. Because I feel like when you have a little bit more loved and processed hair, it tends to grab onto certain colors very quickly.
Yeah.
And then, but it's not necessarily that they're going to last.
Yeah. Now I have people ask me about everything opinion. Like my opinion on Blondor, that was my first time really seeing it. And seeing it in my hair, I was impressed that in only 2 processes, it got me so blonde. Like it went through the color that was in my hair. Like my hair is so hard to lift because it's so dark. And I was just very impressed because I also used the Blondor when I did Drea's balayage last week.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing, I felt like there was, like where I put that brush down to start with, it immediately started lighting. Like there was no diffusing of the lightener like there is in so many other lighteners that we use. Like I still like Synchrolift. I still like Sunlights.
I think we should take a note though and make sure that we say that we used Blondor, the original Blondor when we did my balayage. We didn't use the new Free Light system.
Right. I use the old school stuff. Which, by the way, I like the color you put in there.
Oh, thank you.
Looks good.
I saw you doing your color yesterday. What did you put in there?
A whole lot of things actually.
19 different things mixed together.
Yeah.
So we did. Thad did my retouch, and then he feathered it out so that I didn't get any more lines. And then I used Pravana's cute coral and pink together.
Okay.
And put that on.
Okay.
I have more violet to try later.
I know.
Drea brought me purple.
Okay.
Mm.
Fun stuff.
All right, so where do you want to go?
BS, excited to check out Drea or anybody
Do and cutting class because in the past, and I love her. Just for a men's cutting class, I feel like I just pick up so much from her. I enjoy her verbiage and everything. Plus, it's kind of neat to see a men's cutting class from a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I'm not a woman, it's neat because I feel like you see so many barbers and all this stuff, and like she knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's doing, and she teaches a hell of a class that I think is cool for female stylists to go see and learn from her.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. She's cool.
Yeah,
So
she's really good. I think, Kelly Cardenas is going to be there, so I'm excited to, he's going to be the first one on main stage. So I'm excited to talk to him and, I haven't really, it's been a long time since I've seen him, but I saw Kelly Cardenas on stage the very first hair show I went to in Chicago. So this was 10 years ago. This will be like the 10-year anniversary of the Chicago show when I was actually there. So I saw him on stage with Robert Cromines, and he really took over the stage when that was happening. And he's just got such a great story. He's opened over 5 salons, I think, all over the country. So he's growing his brand. He has a really loyal staff. I mean, they rock Kelly Cardenas tattoos, and they really, really are proud of the place that they work. As far as I can see, I don't know the inner workings. You never know, but but they do. They show up. They look good. They're always, they look very professional, and they look like a team, and that's what I really like. So I'm excited to see Kelly. I think Martino is going to be up on stage.
Nice. Martin
Parsons. You got Sassoon Academy that's going to be up there. So there's a lot of really cool people on main stage. So I'm really excited to connect with them. And the show is just such a big show. I mean, there's so many different things that you can experience there. And not only that, there's a huge spa show connected to it it's included with your ticket. So, I think you get a lot for your money going there. Plus the Hair Brand Awards and all of that. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, It's going to be fun. I want to say thank you to American Salon Magazine for this month's issue. It was kind of, I always saw this article in there, and I'm not going to be able to find, there we go. I always saw this Young Americans article, and it usually highlights some stylist in the industry. And it was always a goal of mine to be in that. I never really knew how to make that happen, but they ended up calling me. The same day they called and asked me to MC IBS, and then they did this write-up. So I just want to say thank you to American Salon for doing that, and really just helping spread the free salon education thing, because the goal is to promote it and to keep it growing and keep the audience growing and everything else. So thank you to them for that. That's pretty much it. I mean, we should definitely make the phone call now, and then should we do the phone call now, or do you want to do trending tresses first? Let's do trending tresses first, and I'll look for somebody.
Okay.
All right, cool. Some big news.
Okay.
Exciting.
So, we have Jared Leto, which has been talked about for the last couple days constantly. He posted on his Instagram account how his ponytail being cut off, and then he posts a picture of not really showing the new haircut.
Dre's so mad at it. I told her there's a better picture of it out there.
It's not much better.
It's not much, but a little bit. You can just see that it's short.
You just see that it's short.
Do you think he's embarrassed, or what is the deal? Why is he not showing it?
No, I don't know. He did it for
I think he's just
the movie
being an
role.
asshole.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right then.
Drea, how do you really feel?
I do. I feel like he's just being an asshole about this because, his hair is one of the most talked about things about him.
It's kind of funny that he's doing that, actually.
And so
I didn't realize he's like in his 40s.
Yeah.
He is?
Go him. He's like 42, 43.
Mm-hmm. He's been around for a while.
Get it, Jared.
Yeah.
But and then he cuts it off and then doesn't show anybody what it actually looks like.
Oh, well, it'll come out, Dre. Don't you worry.
Yeah, you'll see him. He did it for a movie role.
He's actually just going to be wearing hats from now on until the hair grows back. No one will see.
She's like the angry paparazzi.
I mean, I wish Christina was here because I feel like she would have some words about this as well.
Yeah.
True. So he cut off his ponytail and gave it to Shia LaBeouf? Is that what this next picture is?
I think that's what actually happened.
What is happening?
Because Shia LaBeouf has a very interesting rat tail happening. And
I see that.
I love it.
He watched our Mullets episode and was like, Matt, you're going to love this.
Yeah, well, Brian, this looks like Brian when he wears his dreads during the day.
Yep. I've been begging for a rat tail.
Thank you, Justin.
For years.
And yet everybody cuts yours off when you start to grow it.
I know.
But you can, why don't we just super glue your dreads onto the...
There you go.
Everyone can stop worrying I'm back safely.
How are the roads?
God awful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nasty here today.
Oh, that thing's ugly.
So, all right. So
Moving
Shia
on.
LaBeouf has,
that's
Boof,
just-
whatever his name is, has a
LaBeouf.
tail.
He looks,
LaBeouf.
he looks tougher.
He does.
Khloe Kardashian is back to being blonde.
Okay.
Which I have to say, this is probably my favorite of her going blonde.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was her. I
Um,
wouldn't have liked it as much if I had known, but I do like it. I support anyone going blonde.
well, I like it that it's not. She usually tends to go a little bit brighter, and I like that this is more of that toned down look. She has a nice little rooted area, but it's not overpowering.
Yeah.
It's blended very nicely, and I like it.
She looks like she needs another solid 2 inches cut off, though.
I mean, that's another story.
Yeah.
Right around the neck region.
Ooh.
All right.
And then Chrissy Teigen has traded in her balayaged blonde to a very rich, dark, chocolatey hue, which I think is fun. It just completely transforms her entire look completely. But I like it.
I like it too. Makes her face look thinner.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I know the
I mean,
angle and the lighting and all that stuff.
The fact
but
of the ginormous hair.
yeah.
But and then Pam Anderson has a bob.
I think you were.
Is this flipped around? Okay, so
That's Pam Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
that's what we just talked about.
We just talked about cheekbones. That we're on the mom haircut.
Dre, you mixed up train tresses.
I'm sorry, I messed up trending tresses. Clearly, it's my fault.
Are you guys seeing?
Um,
There's a lot of scalp going on here in
there's
that
a lo-
bang area.
There's a lot of things happening in there, and I think it has to do with they were saying that he took out the extensions around the same time that she quit social media, and she and her husband broke up again.
I'm right with you, Thad, because I was looking at that picture and Brian's like, it makes her face look thinner. I'm like, she looks like she's skin and bones.
Oh, we're on the wrong picture.
What is he talking about?
I was looking up there. I'm like, I guess that's chocolatey.
All right. Oh man. Okay.
All right, and that's it for this week.
All right. Cool.
It was
So
short and sweet.
let's give a call. Actually, Thad, can you hand me the phone real quick? This was funny to me. My fingerprint scanner is not working. Wendy writes, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, which I just thought was hilarious. So,
I
Big
missed
money,
that show.
no whammy.
we're going to give her a call. Somebody spilled something in this phone. It's hilarious. It's like all the buttons stick.
Did you spell Red Bull?
Well, it
in
could
that
be
too?
this.
You're right. The hairspray. On.
We calling?
Wendy.
Wendy who?
Wendy. I don't know any more information.
Wendy Williams.
Wendy Pan.
How you doing?
Oh, let's put up the wheel, Thad.
Oh yeah.
Hello, is this Wendy?
Yes.
Hey, Wendy, it's Matt Beck from Free Salon Education. How are you?
No kidding, huh? I'm just watching you guys. How are you?
Oh, it's awesome. Well, it'll catch up in a second. Thank you for emailing. You're going to spin the wheel today. So
Wait, do I win a comb?
we'll see. You might win a comb.
Thanks a lot, Christina.
Sweet.
You're spinning the wheel because your email was hilarious. So, so we're going to. So you have a chance for 3 months free of Mevo. Also, $100 off scissors, a Bali box, a cutting stool from Minerva. What else we got here? T-shirts.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm excited.
We have all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna give it a spin and see what you win. All right.
Ooh,
Okay,
I like that.
All right. Oh my gosh, what is happening?
You could have whammies on there. It would be funny if you did.
Minerva.
Minerva.
Sweet.
Oh, they're gonna love it. I'm not dancing. I'm not dancing. All right, Wendy. So you win a cutting stool from Minerva. I believe it's a cutting stool, but Minerva's going to send you something awesome. And
Nice.
so what we're going to do is, if you could just email me back the same email address, your address, and I'll send it to Minerva, and your
Great, thank
your
you.
last name. Okay.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, congratulations, and thanks for checking out Splitting Hairs all the time.
No problem. You guys have a great day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
You too.
you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
That's always fun.
That is fun. I like that.
All right. I love that we can call, because when I was on the radio before I did hair, it sounds exactly the same. Like I feel like I'm back 10 years ago on the radio again, because it's crystal clear. It works really well. I'm impressed. So follow Brian
Hairstyle.
at Hairstyle.
Dre Day 2289.
You tell it. What is it? Be proud of this.
It's now at I am Justin Scott. Awesome. And Thad.
Bad Bolonized.
At Thad Bolonized. Thad's trying to grow to how many followers?
All
But-
of
Inked up now since last week.
Can you show what that?
Stop secret.
It's He's gonna get his whole arm tattooed and then.
Oh, there you go. So
Sick.
Thad's getting lots of work done.
It's true.
How long did that take, Thad?
14 days.
Yeah,
10 hours.
14 days. No, the outline was probably about 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's pretty much it. We have an interview now with Nina Kovner and Larisa Dahl from Instagram.
Love it.
She's got a big following on Instagram, so I got to interview Nina and Larisa at the same time. It was Nina's special guest. So hopefully you guys can doing tonight, but my parents are flying in, so I'm going to go pick them up, and Brian's going to do
The undercut the worst when it comes to like the proper everything terminology and standing. He's just not even gonna be able to watch this video, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good haircut.
It's going to be a good time, and everybody will be hanging out. So grab your wine, grab your mannequin, and enjoy the class tonight. 7:30 Eastern Standard Time
ish.
Ish with
7:30.
Brian Hare, and I'll be here to help get the feed started, and then I'll head to the airport. So.
Cool.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Check out this interview with Nina Kovner and Larisa Dahl. We'll see you next week right here on Splitting Hairs.
Hey guys, this is Matt Beck from FreeSalonEducation.com here with Nina Kovner at ISSE. We're live in the Millennium Systems International booth. We're gonna talk about your new stuff. You got a new website going, and we also have your friend Larisa.
Yes.
Right? So she's going to be chiming in. She's got some a following that has grown. I don't know anything about this, so I'm excited to hear your adventure and everything. So we're going to start with Nina. I want to talk about things that we always have great conversations, and
Yes,
for some
we do.
reason we have the worst luck when it comes to footage with you. So everything is running smooth.
Awesome.
We have the most clean picture ever. It's
Wonderful.
focused in. So let's get into passionsquared.net. Correct. So my favorite website for blogging, because you just write your feelings and you tell people what it is. You tell them what it's all about. So let's talk about your new venture. You launched the new website, and what happened? How's it going?
It's going really good, actually. I feel like I haven't launched it, so
Okay.
maybe this is it.
Okay. Surprise.
I worked really hard on it. And I talk a lot about marketing. I talk a lot about social and digital, as well as personal development. And I had a website that sucked on mobile and tablet. And so I worked really hard to create a responsive site that had an incredible user experience on mobile and tablet, because that's what everyone's doing now. And hopefully also created a ton of value with the blog and the new programs that I have going on.
Well, when you look at salons out there, and if you guys don't know what Nina's talking about with mobile website and all of that, most salons don't have a responsive website at this
Nope.
point. So why don't you explain what that is, why you need it?
Great question.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at your analytics, or if you just want to believe me, over 80% of all of us are accessing social and digital platforms via mobile or tablet.
Right.
And what's happening is that the experience that we have when we go on an old technology website is we're gonna bounce, we're gonna jump off, because you can't read it, because it's hard to click, and so everything really has moved to mobile, tablet, and mobile really being first above tablet. So what's really cool about responsive is a couple years ago, it was a big deal, super expensive, but now all the platforms have these great themes for responsive. So whether you're working on WordPress or Squarespace, just beautiful responsive designs, which means that the individual device that your website, that the person's accessing your site from, it responds
Right.
appropriately
Right.
to whatever device it's being accessed from. So the user experience is ideal, and that's the key here, is user experience. If we're going to put the time, money, and energy into building a website, or even having a Facebook page for business, then we need to make sure that we are thinking about mobile first.
Yeah.
And making sure that the site's of value.
And if you use sites like Squarespace that you're talking about, it's as easy as you develop your site, and then you basically just click, yes, I want it to be mobile friendly, and it's done.
Very
and-
simple.
And like you said, back in the day, it wasn't that easy.
No,
you
it
had to
was
build
not.
a completely different website
Totally.
for that to happen.
Yeah, and I love that. Just something as simple as everything moving towards responsive is so empowering for creative small businesses, which is the business I'm in.
Right.
Is empowering creative small businesses, and so it doesn't take $1 million budget. It doesn't even take $1,000 budget to be able to develop something of value to your clients and future clients.
Right. And so you've had a long history in this industry. You've done a lot of things.
Why do you have to say long?
I know. That doesn't sound good.
How about one long?
She is like a dinosaur in this. No, but you've experienced everything, right?
Pretty much everything.
But what I like about this is, so tell me, what was your favorite thing that you've done in your career so far?
My favorite job in this industry was being a shampoo girl.
Okay.
To this
Did
day.
you hear that? Okay. So explain
It's
that.
true.
Why?
Okay. What I loved about being a shampoo girl is that I think a lot of us kind of A-type people are control freaks, and I was in complete control of the entire salon.
Right.
I mean, this salon had no receptionist. There was no software back then. This was the 80s.
Right.
And we had no cleaning service. We had no towel service. So I did everything. And I had 6 really busy hairdressers who were kind of a pain in the ass. And so I learned...
That doesn't happen.
I learned so much about answering the phone, making appointments, cleaning the salon, ordering stuff, obviously shampooing, processing, cleaning, pace, really how to keep the salon running smoothly. And so when I graduated beauty school and got behind the chair, I was like, I knew what was up.
Yeah.
And I really believe that in every role I played in this industry, that job set me up to have a very good understanding of not just operations of a salon, but operations of our industry.
Yeah.
And operations are one of my passions.
Awesome. So we actually, in my salon, about 5 years ago, we took it over. We had a bigger staff. We had over too many people, too many bodies for not enough work that was happening. So after about a year of owning the salon, I was just kind of like, you know what? We have an assistant for this, but we don't really need an assistant. We have a receptionist that we're paying to play solitaire. Like, there's so many things happening. So we just cleaned it out. We did a detox of people, right? We broke it down to 4 people and just started it growing. So for 3 years, I only had 4 people. They answered the phones. They did their shampoos. They did everything. And what has happened over that amount of time is that they built a different respect for everything, and they understand how to do everything, just like you're saying.
Exactly.
Because if you just come in and you're a stylist and all of a sudden you've got people doing this for you and that for you, you don't gain the respect and you don't gain the experience on how to become
absolutely
successful at your job.
Absolutely. And I believe no matter what role you play, the more knowledge you have of the larger picture, I feel the more empowered we are.
Yeah.
And so whether you're going to be guest services or you're going to be a colorist or hair or owner, it doesn't matter. I think everyone is more empowered when they understand the operation from the inside out.
So here's the big question. What's your least favorite thing that you've done? Oh!
Ooh, you got to think about that one.
And no pressure, I'm just saying.
Be honest, Nina.
This is the most positive person I know, so...
I gotta say, I will answer this kind of rebelliously as I do everything. I don't have a least favorite, but I will tell you what, as you know from my story, what nearly killed me was being vice president of marketing for a major hair care company.
Okay.
I loved it until it stopped loving me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That was I like that about you. That was some good honesty there. So what do you think, like, with Passion Squared, you started that company, PassionSquared.net. What was the reasoning? Why start creating a website? Why start putting up content? You're not getting paid for it right away. So what is it? Why do you do it?
When you walk away from a 25-year career, and a shit ton of money and security, and notoriety and recognition and admiration, it's really an opportunity to soul search,
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I talk about it in my book, Follow Your Heart. And I really determined that what I was most passionate about, and my purpose was empowering individuals in beauty and wellness, and to work with small business owners. The corporate life was not for me, and it served me really well for a very long time. But in the second half of my life, I'm almost 50. It was time.
Yeah.
It was time to do what mattered to me. And I knew that if I did what mattered to me, that I would be serving the people that I love. And it's what feeds me and fuels me every single day.
Do you find that writing a blog and just kind of putting your thoughts out there is kind of like therapeutic to you?
Incredibly.
Do you think that that's kind of why initially, do you think that was kind of the avenue to be able to, do what you're doing now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I have a therapist, which I always recommend everyone have.
I know. I think everyone should have one as well.
But yes, it is very therapeutic to write about business as well as personal.
Right.
Because, I do write a lot about business, but I get to write about it in a way that's very human. And I think that what our industry needs is humanity and human to human stuff.
It's funny because everybody that we've talked to today, that is the message. It's like becoming connected with each other again, finally, because it became so it became so corporate driven.
Totally.
And now you have these big corporate people reaching out to the people that are making it human.
Sure. I love it. I love how that's happening. But Gary Vaynerchuk, one of my biz heroes, writes in the Thank You Economy, awesome
great book. Yeah.
He talks about the corner store back in the day. The corner store where we got together, word of mouth, chit chat, and then the world moved away from that, and we got further and further away. And the beauty of the social and digital web and how that empowers all of humanity is that it is allowing us to get reconnected, and it is a beautiful thing. And just today, so many people, I know a lot of people in this industry, but there's so many people that I've met in the last 2 years, and a lot of them I ran into today thanks to Instagram, you know? So it's like, I am so inspired, not by the platform, but by how the platform empowers small business. And it's a beautiful thing.
Awesome. So what do you have coming up? What is the future for PassionSquare.net?
So many things.
I know.
I just launched my new group coaching program called A School.
Okay.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, A stands for awesome. And what it consists of is monthly workshops online and a super secret Facebook group where you get to work with me every day.
Wow.
And ask me questions, and I get to do coaching in more of a
How does that
group.
work? Is that a monthly thing?
It's a monthly subscription. It's $20 a month.
Awesome.
I know.
Awesome.
So that's super awesome. And then I also just launched a program called An Awesome a Day, which is a morning text message from me.
To people that subscribe to it?
To people that subscribe.
Okay, I
and
love that.
That's $5 a month.
Okay.
And you get a love note from me via text message 5 days a week.
Are you
all
kidding
month
me?
long.
Okay. All
so
right.
That's super fun. And then I'm doing some workshops offline.
Okay.
So I've got a wellness program coming up here in LA called Whole Body, Whole Business.
Okay.
Which I partnered with a healer, my personal energy healer, and a client of mine who owns a Pilates studio and a vegan chef. And we're doing a full day wellness and healing
That's a good idea.
workshop.
I like that.
Yeah. So I'm super stoked about that. And I really hope to build upon that side of, because I'm very passionate about personal development.
Right.
And I infuse personal into everything I do business-wise, but I think there is space for a more holistic kind of personal healing type education program.
Yeah,
So
you had a classroom here, right?
I do. I have a class at 4 o'clock today.
4 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay. What's that
Larisa
about?
is my special guest. Instagram.
Okay.
It's called But First Let Me Take a Selfie, the art and science of Instagram.
Okay. All right.
So that's today at 4, tomorrow at 10, same Instagram class. And then tomorrow at 2, I have another special guest joining me, a client of mine, Jody Shays. She owns Queen Bee Salon and Spa, and we're doing a class about Yelp, the power of Yelp.
Nice.
And it's called Yelp Me, Yelp You.
Yeah, that's great. So tell me about Yelp real quick, because everyone hates Yelp.
Everyone hates Yelp.
So why should we not hate Yelp?
Why should you not hate? Well, it's really simple.
Or does your class say you should hate Yelp?
No, I do not say you should.
I know you do.
You can hate Yelp all you want.
Right.
You are on Yelp. The reviews are on Yelp.
Yep.
several 100 million people are on Yelp.
Yeah.
If you have analytics or a website, that'll explain exactly why you shouldn't hate Yelp. Every service business that I work with, their number one referrer times a million is Yelp.
Okay.
It is the most direct path to a real body in the chair.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that, people have always been talking about your business. Now you actually get to see what they're saying. And I firmly believe that if you create an awesome experience offline, you will get awesome online reviews.
Yeah.
And yes, there's crazy people that do nasty shit on Yelp. Don't engage crazy.
Right.
Just leave that alone. But the majority of the reviews are legit and proven to drive traffic. And everyone's talking about, I need clients. I really believe that because the conversation's happening online, we all get to make a choice whether we want to join the conversation or ignore the conversation.
Right.
And businesses that will be in business a year, 2, 3 years from now are going to choose to join the conversation. And whether that means on Yelp or Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Or the industry in general.
Right. It's happening. And
Cool.
it's a beautiful thing and can be incredibly empowering if we choose to see it. But it's an ego blow and they're not perfect.
Right.
But it's also free.
Right.
So we get all pissed off at Facebook. It's like, it's free.
Right.
Why you got to get mad at Zuckerberg? He gave us this free platform.
Right. Yep. So from Instagram and your class, you have a special guest.
I do.
Larisa.
I do.
So let's explain why you're so excited and what's going on.
Okay, so talk about empowering. So,
Right.
I'm actually going to be telling this story in our class this afternoon, but I started following Larisa. Actually, Ira turned me on to Larisa.
Okay.
For the first time, of course, you know Ira.
Yeah.
We love Ira.
I wish he was here.
I know. I still wish he was here. He's going to be in New York, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ira turned me on to Larisa initially, and I was following her. I follow a lot of people on Instagram that I learn from that I can share with my clients and in my coaching. So then Larisa, then I kind of became obsessed with Larisa, and she knows this story, so I can talk about it openly. And so she got eyelash extensions.
Okay.
And I'm that person that, even though I'm a grown woman, I want to beat Jared Leto because he has a man bun, and I'm trying so hard to be Jared
That's your
Leto.
Jared Leto style?
And now he has a braid. Good Lord. Why do
you got to work.
Anyway, I got a lot of work to
you
do
need
on
some vitamins in there.
So, yeah. So when I saw Larisa's lashes, I clicked on, she gave a shout out to the business, Simple Lashes, where she got her lashes done.
Okay.
Claudia at Simple Lashes. I clicked on Simple Lashes and had a reservation made and wrote a blog about it, from Instagram to eyelash extensions in 2 clicks.
Yeah.
And to me, it was such a powerful thing. So I obviously had to go through with I had to actually go get my eyelash extensions. It's a whole other story. But what happened was it allowed Larisa and I to connect because she is so incredibly powerful in her social listening skills. And she saw the blog.
Okay.
And so that's how we ultimately connected. But the reason I love Larisa and invited her to be my special guest today for our Instagram class is because there's a lot of people that talk about theory stuff, and I don't believe in theory. I believe in real shit. Are you actually doing something?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll only talk about the real stuff. So Yelp, that's statistically true. I see that for real. It's not my opinion. So Larisa has built a clientele that is incredibly strong. She's very young in the industry. And when I see so many people struggling with building a clientele, when I see someone not just posting beautiful art, but actually turning that into a business,
right,
I pay attention.
So, and Larisa's business is where? Where are you?
I'm located, I actually work at a private studio in Encino.
Okay.
It's called the U Bungalows.
Okay.
And That's where I work. I love it. I love working on my own. I get to be a one-on-one with my clients, have that just peacefulness in the studio, not having crazy blow dryers going off, people gossiping and talking. It's just me and my client. We get to have an amazing connection, an amazing relationship and conversation.
That's the other thing. This industry is like it's shifting to these private studios, and I've talked to quite a few different companies that do the private studios, and it's becoming a big thing. And it's funny that you would say that. That's the feeling. I think people are tired of the ego part of everything, and they want to be connected to people again. And so that's really cool. So you started your Instagram.
Yes.
How long ago?
I would say about 3 years ago, but the reason why I even started my Instagram was to get filters for Facebook.
Okay.
That is when
I think that's why everyone started.
Yeah. That's when Facebook...
I can make myself look better and then put it on Facebook. Right, yeah.
Because I didn't know any other apps back in the day, you know? So, and that's when Facebook was huge.
Right.
So, and then eventually my friends started following me and I started following them. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Let's see what happens if I post a couple photos of my hair, my art that I've been doing. And just from there on, I mean, the following just kept going up and up and up, and now we're here.
Where are you at now? How many followers do you have?
I think I hit 56K today, actually, so it's
That's
amazing.
Impressive. Yeah. So,
and again, it's not about the followers, because you can be Insta famous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the thing everyone has to remember.
Yes.
It's not about the followers.
It's the
about
quality
this
of
is a
followers that you
legitimate
have.
business
Yeah.
that has been generated. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah. So tell me
phenomenal.
why. So based on you started building it. What do you think was the big thing that you were doing that was different? We were talking to Andrew Does Hair earlier, who has a lot of followers, and he even started talking about how he would rather have less followers on Instagram, but have the people that were right here watching.
Yes.
Like all those. You have a lot of people that don't really matter that are following, but just like we have. Our YouTube subscribers, but I care about 1,000 of them, I think, so.
Well, we care about all of them.
Care about all of
but
them.
only 1,000 of them probably care.
Yeah. The
to
1,000
engage.
that I love are going to watch this.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Exactly. But they're my favorite. But so when you started building your Instagram and you started seeing the numbers going up and just people connecting and maybe it turning into business, why do you think that was happening? What were you doing different?
This is exactly what I'm going to be talking about the seminar today at 4 o'clock, so I don't want to give everything
That's
away.
fine.
But the main thing is I treated it as a business.
Okay.
I didn't post up photos of what I ate daily or my selfies or, just my life. I really just posted up photos of what my audience wants to see.
Yeah.
They're following me for a reason, so I'm going to post up photos for what they want to see, which is hair.
Yep.
And from there on, I got tons of following because of that. So whatever it is that you're trying to promote in any aspect of any business, always just look out on what you're trying to promote. So for us, obviously, hairstylists, you want to be promoting hair.
Right.
And the great thing about Instagram is that it's a visual platform.
Right.
Hair is a visual art. So 2 and 2 go together perfectly. So it's beautiful and it's perfect for anything in the beauty industry. Makeup, hair, skincare, nails, and so on and so on.
Awesome.
It's amazing for it.
Well, cool. Well, congratulations on your success
Thank
and
you.
everything and being here with Nina.
Thank
So
you.
that class, for the people out here watching, they can come find you
Yes.
The Hyatt Seaview A at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay.
And tomorrow at 10 a.m. Same Hyatt
10 a.m.
Seaview A.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And so we can follow Nina. Obviously, passionsquared.net is your website, but where else can we?
Instagram, Passion Squared. Facebook, Passion Squared.
Okay.
Twitter, Passion Squared 2.
Okay.
But I spend most of my time on Instagram.
Awesome.
Because that's where my community lives.
Yeah.
And for the people that are not following you, Larisa, where can they find you?
At Larisa Doll with 1 S, not
Okay.
2 S's.
Okay.
I also have a blog, www.hairbylarissalove.com.
Okay.
Twitter, Larisa Love, and then YouTube, Larisa Doll 1.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Nina, thank you for bringing your guest. It's
Of
awesome.
course.
I always love talking to you, obviously, and I think your website's awesome. So,
And I just had to, I always have to say this. I almost want to bawl my eyeballs out when I see what you have done with your life. Matt,
Thanks.
I am so proud of you. And for those that don't know, I've known this kid since he graduated beauty school. And
it's true.
it's just seeing you in all that you're doing. I'm just in awe.
Actually, I just told a story. So we were talking about IBS New York, which because I'm excited, so I'm going to be the MC of IBS. So we were talking about IBS New York, and this will be my 10-year anniversary of going to that show for the first time. So I just moved from Iowa to Pennsylvania, and I had just started working, and so I went to that show for the first time. I assisted the entire time. You were there because you were the VP at that point, and I was assisting because I got into the back room. So I assisted all day. They put me in so Sam, who was my boss, right? He puts me in a hotel room in New York City it has 2 doors that separate you from the outside. So you go in one door, that's like your safety door, so you can't get shot. And then you go in the second door. And so I'm sleeping there, and I think Sam's going to stay with me because he's my boss and he got the room. He stays with you at the Marriott.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'm like, are you kidding me? So I stayed in this but then I look
Matt, you totally could have come stayed with us.
I know, well, but it's a great time. I had a great
it worked
time.
out.
And
It
then
worked
10
out
years
great.
later, look at, it's
I
just
love
fun. And the great thing about this industry is, you can be young, you can create a following, and now these big companies are listening, and that's what I love about it. So I want to say thank you again to Millennium Systems International for letting us use their booth.
Thank you, Millennium.
What a cool corner, and just being able to share everybody's stories. So thank you, Nina. Thank you, Larisa, and Dylan. Dylan's back there. He didn't have much to say, but he's here.
He's involved.
He's my sexy man.
Nice. All right, guys. Well, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Matt.
We'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.
Bye.
Splitting Hairs, the Hairdressers Podcast, goes live every Wednesday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or as close as we can get it.